I chose my PhD basically based on an undergraduate course that I did in atomic physics, and I decided to stay at the same university that I did my undergraduate at, and so I started working in the experiment there, which was laser cooling molecules. So when I chose it, I had no idea that it was going to be as successful as it ended up being.
So you were very fortunate.
I was very lucky, yeah. Currently, I'm setting up a new lab. So I'm working towards laser cooling molecules. This is because I'm really interested in quantum simulation and the things that you can do with molecules that you can't do with other systems like atoms or ions, for instance. But right now, it's an empty lab, so I'm just looking at how can I build the experiment, how can I make it better than the previous iterations other people have done, how can I improve it and make it more efficient. I think creativity is absolutely crucial. I think as a scientist, you're constantly faced with problems that you have to solve, and the only way you can do that within the kind of requirements and the limits of the real world is by being creative. So if they're students looking at finding a PhD project, then I would say that they should go and they should talk to people, they should email professors. If people don't reply to them, then maybe that's not someone they want to work with. And really, once you've found an area of physics that you're interested in, all of the research projects available are going to be interesting to you, and it's what you make of it. So really finding people that you want to work with, because you're going to spend 4 or 5 years, day in, day out, working with these people. So you want to make sure that you have a good working relationship, and so that you can benefit from mentorship and collaboration. I have always been one of very few women in my environment. I think there was one other student in the group with me at the time who we got on very well with, so we could bond. But I have tried since then to set up. I set up a women in physics group within the department so that we could meet other women, because we are there in other departments or in other research groups, but generally there's not very much cross meeting. So I made friends through that, and we build a support network where you can kind of talk with each other and complain about the same things or congratulate each other and support each other. Do it. I think, women are just hugely underrepresented in science, especially in physics, especially in AMO and quantum physics. But we need diversity of thought to create diversity of ideas and successful experiments. So I think if you're interested in it, then go for it. It is a great career. In the end, you have a lot of freedom, you get to discover new things and try stuff out and travel and all of these kind of benefits that are, quite excessive. And yes, you will be part of a minority, but that minority is, I think, slowly growing. Molecules are a perfectly good candidate, they're a very promising candidate for quantum computing. Whether you get the benefits in quantum computing that you would get in quantum simulation is not clear, because in quantum simulation it's really the kind of Hamiltonians that you can implement are just different to the ones that you can do with atoms, but in quantum computing it's really about the gates. How good can you make your gates, how good a fidelities can you achieve? So maybe they can be as good. I don't know whether they have added benefits though. I think we're on the cusp at the moment of this quantum revolution that people like to talk about. And I think the progress that's been made in atomic and ionic systems has been seriously impressive over the last decade or so, and molecules have always lagged behind, just simply because they're more complicated. So it's taken more years to get to where we are now. But the rate of explosion of the field is very exciting. I think it's going to be a completely different landscape in 10 years' time than it was 10 years ago.
Every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.